Aloha, and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here in the island of Kauai in Hawaii. I'm Lama Tashi. We give this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8 o'clock, and Zoom it worldwide and recorded it on our website, kauaidharma.org. When we do these classes in Tibetan Buddhism through the transmission of various lineages, we specify that in certain of the transmission of the practices from the Karma tradition, which was founded by Karmapa and Kalo Rinpoche and Taisita Rinpoche and other lamas. There are 12 lineages of Karma Kagyu. But this is Rime, which means non-sectarian. So all of the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism are valid. All of the teachers who are lamas, some who are monks and nuns, and some like myself, householders, and some are just what we call moving around, yogis and yoginis, all are valid teachings. Every method that we use, called practice or teaching, supports all the other methods equally. And one of the teachers that I studied, who I never met, was Lama Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche. And whenever he met new people or students, he would say, "You should use this connection with me to tame your mind." And he would say that over and over and over, tame your mind. Well, this suggests that your mind is like a pet or a wild animal that you're domesticating or taming, retraining. And that's a good analogy. So this aspect of mind, I'm going to read from Lama Rinpoche's book, The Story of All of Us, simply said. This particular excerpt is on page 37. It says, a simple example of things that we do as practice will help us recognize our mind in the relationship there is between what we consider to be ourself and the emotion, which is the worst of all human afflictions, called anger. Because when we are angry, the anger is directed at an object. We have a thought that there's something wrong or bad with the object, and we feel anger at it. In this way, our sense of I believes in the anger that is the subject. The subject believes the object has created the anger within the subject. This is he or she or me or mine or I. But in that way, they blame the object as the cause of the anger that we feel. We, the subject, effectively takes the action of pointing the finger at the object along with calling it good or bad. In other words, something that it is not. We all know about the method of action from our personal experience with that particular emotion, having done it many times. This is the ego separating from the inseparable. And this field of separation is the cause of all war, famine, disease, poverty, environmental destruction, and all forms of pain and suffering. Just this one aspect of judging, then reacting, then letting it take us into drama and separating us, keeping us in this idea of everything separate, is the cause of all pain and suffering. The practitioner who has true experience, say, of voidness or clarity, or how to use those two as activity, is deepened in where they are resting in this state of pure awareness. When we say pure awareness, this is without the dichotomy of drama awareness, which all humans have that form of awareness. When you know that this is without elaboration and that the separated self we believe in does not exist, if you come to that conclusion that the I does not exist, then in this way the anger can cease to exist. We can only have this form of true realization when we practice to purify the obscurations of the mind, and when they have been eliminated, then we spontaneously move into this other state of awareness, and this is where the word enlightenment comes into play. When we have this true experience, that is called the point of union. That means that the perceiver and the perceived become undifferentiated, not separate. The subject-object dichotomy disappears. In that way, there's no object. And in that way, no anger can arise, so there's no karmic action taking place. And when there's no karmic action, that's the end of pain and suffering. These experiences and the realization of this undifferentiated state of mind opens up a new reality to us, just as the accomplishment of self-liberation of thought did when the undifferentiated becomes deeply understood. This transition takes place with the help of the Lama, the Sangha, and all of the aspects of Tibetan Buddhism. Perception and awareness have become inseparable. When we have this, we become deeply realized through the experience. And the anger, desire, attachment, and other conflicting emotions, such as grasping at thoughts, will no longer bother us. Until we gain this experience of the emptiness of all things, we are a slave to the thoughts and emotions and judgments that arise in our mind. This is called a pointing out instruction to encourage one to keep practicing more and more until this stable, true awareness arises as one consciousness and is integrated in everything you do. They say when the day and the night, no difference, same. Tonight we're going to do the practice of Tara, and through the aspect of Tara, which Tara is all 100 deities of the bardo, of becoming. So Tara is called the liberator. And the aspect of Tara is equal to the aspect of all the male and female deities, and her main contributing male aspect of what we call the method is Shenrei-Zi. When we do the Tara practice tonight, it is in preparation for doing a practice called Tummo. And this is simply to use the natural warmth of the heart, mind that we are developing with the natural warmth of our body to bring better health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and of course spiritually, into our daily experiences and into our life. When we set the motivation for Tara, I'm going to read from the Tara retreat book, which Prema Darsali uses when she gives a 21 Tara retreat. And it's very simple. It's the way they take refuge. They simply say, the fundamental nature of my mind is pure from the beginning. Understanding that, then it's like an empty mirror. It's empty at the beginning, the middle, and the end until something is put in front of it. And that's where the conflicting emotion arises, from what we are thinking about or sensing. Within me is an irresistible source of love, wisdom, and power. So the word love is unconditional love combined with altruistic compassion, that everything we are doing is for the benefit of everyone else and our environment, our worldly environment. The purpose of all this spiritual practice is simply to reveal this to our mind and make contact with this through practice. When ignorance is removed, unlimited wisdom, compassion, and power arises naturally. It is the mind's conditioning that limits understanding of who we are and what we can become. I will cleanse my mind of faults through these practices and develop beneficial qualities as a result. This way, I remove the obstacles to my pain and create beneficial conditions for me and others. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and everything, I will strive to do my best to manifest my enlightened potential, and always and ever dedicated to benefiting all beings, I will think, speak, and act as Tara. And so Tara is above my right shoulder, left shoulder, right there on our shrine. And this aspect of Tara represents your all-pervasive nature. We call it the Dharmakaya. And it represents it as the whole universe, the way we are experiencing sensually and thinking about it mentally. And this totality is called the mother principle of shamanistic Lamaism. When we present Tara, we create mandalas and visualizations of the deities with seed syllables and mantra. So here's a picture of the Tara. Actually, this picture came out of a coloring book that we did for children. And on this page are two mantra mandalas. The upper one, which is usually placed in a halo around the head of the deity, is the mental aspect of the vibration of all the sounds that produce the mental reality of absolute truth. The other mandala is usually the one we create in our heart chakra with the seed symbol of the deity, and this brings the outer reality into an inner dimension of being. And this is where, like, the crystal palaces and all the various mandalas and offerings and all the visualizations of pure lands or charnel grounds, all of that originates from this one. So this controls the activity through the heart, the inner world, and this one is to have the knowledge of how to use that in the outer world. I'm showing you this because the Tara has the ability to quickly remove all obstacles to your practice and to your physical and mental disabilities. But at the same time, it's bringing out special qualities that are innate in the human condition. Now, all of us are equal. And this state of equality is the Dharmakaya. But because each one of us has different propensities, which have evolved from many lifetimes to this life, these are called the Karmic Tendencies, they follow each of us differently, but they all have like a shadow. So you went from the previous life to this life, and the shadow of these tendencies moves with you. And what we want to do is recognize them and transform them into superior human qualities. And this human condition doesn't go away just because you lose your human body. And I'm going to read the first three of these is what immediately takes place when you take refuge. We're going to do the refuge. But these three are compassion, which is altruistic love, altruistic motivation of compassion extended equally to every living being in the universe, and unconditional love. Those two qualities pervade all of Tibetan Buddhist practice. And in this way, the result is you could never harm yourself, harm others, or harm the environment. When you have these three in place, which start immediately upon taking refuge and enacting the Bodhisattva 6 vows, then the others start to arise in your stream of being. And for each of us, they're different. We don't get all 21 of these equally, everyone, but some get more of us get more than others because of our good karma of having done more practice in the previous life. The first and most important one, beyond compassion, power, and insight, which is all bodhisattvas, Buddhas have that, all the deities represent that, is impeccable virtue. And everything we do is called virtuous activity. And therefore, everything we do is appropriate to what? The well-being of everyone. Tara is all victorious in her activities and her applications. This is achieving what we call the ability to produce appropriate results in the world around it. Tara is sublime intelligence. This means able to connect at any moment to the true nature of your natural mind, which is not judging. It's called the non-judgmental mind. Tara is worthy of honor, and this applies to the lamas and all of the teachings because they're inseparable from Tara. If you have Tara, you have the teachers. You have all the lineages of the last 2,600 years from Shakyamuni Buddha who started this, all the teachers of India and Tibet of all the lineages down to the present day. Tara is invisible courage, which means an absence of fear. Fear is a wasted aspect of consciousness and a terrific waste of energy. Tara destroys all negativity and obstacles. And how she does that is through transforming them into occasions for spiritual practice. Tara is true refuge, and that's the refuge we're going to take after I finish reading the 21 aspects of Tara. Tara is joy and laughter. A sense of humor is absolutely necessary. Tara is a distributor of wealth, so you gather in all the wealth you possibly can. and redistribute it appropriately. Tara is auspicious beauty. The word auspicious means suitable. It means healthy. Tara is irresistible truth. That's the true nature of your mind, and it causes you to magnetize others, attract people to help them evolve. Tara is ferocious compassion. That means applied under all circumstances, regardless of how terrible they may appear. Tara is serene peace, which is the basis of all meditative practice. We call the states of peace and tranquility, which is how we start our practice tonight when we do the Tara. Tara is triumphant joy, which is a state of mental accomplishment. Tara is a transformer of all poison into good health. Tara is a remover of sorrow and sadness. Tara is radiant health on all levels, physically, mentally, spiritually, and what we call higher states of intelligence. Tara is complete enlightenment, so there's nothing beyond this accomplishment for in the human condition. Having read that, we take refuge. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now, all together, take refuge and, when appropriate, offer prostration. In Sanskrit, we chant this to the spirits and all sentient beings. Dagdang drowa namke tadang yampe sem shem tamshe dudine jute chisi jengchu dengpo lachi kibardu. Then we take refuge in the 6 supports of our practice. The first is we go for refuge to all the holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the idams or the deities gathered in the Mandalas. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of highest transcending awareness. Then we chant this in Sanskrit. Balden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chiyo Yedam Chokor Gilatso Namla Chapsu Chiyo Sanjay Chom Dende Namla Chapsu Chiyo Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chiyo Alpe Gendum Namla Chapsu Chiyo Kawo Kandro Chokyun Sume Sho Yesheki Shendong Dempa Namla Chapsu Chiyo. Namla Chapsu Chiyo attached to each one of these 6 supports simply means we all together take refuge. Then we do the 6 Bodhisattva discipline prayer called Bodhicitta. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gain practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, attain Buddhahood or enlightenment for the benefit of all living beings. Sanjay Chodong Choki Chognam La Jang Shu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonam Ki Drola Panjer Sanjay Jubar Sho. We go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama deities, and protectors in order to bring all beings to Buddhahood, practicing generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and directly connecting to wisdom or insight of the true nature of our mind. These 6 basic disciplines arise to deal with the relative world of pain and suffering called the drama world, the world of judgment, judging everything, judging ourselves, judging our thoughts, judging our senses, judging the world around us, everything. And these judgment calls totally distract us and distort everything that we're perceiving through our senses and everything we're thinking about. So the antidote of what to do with these 6 bodhisattva disciplines is not only apply them to the relative world to take that distortion out and the resulting pain and suffering, but also apply them on the level of insight, which is the 6 bodhisattva disciplines, which simply means more and more connecting to your natural mind where there is no such thing as judgment. There's no such thing as subject, object, separate. Me here, you over there, inside, outside, past, future, high, low, all of that. Erase. But since it's so ingrained, we do it gradually. Because there's no end. There's no beginning, there's no end, and there's no middle. There's no past, there's no future, and there's no present. But you can say that, but you have to experience that. And through meditation, we do that. Then from these experiences, we gain realization of how things really are, then no distortion. When there's no distortion, there's no subject-object dichotomy, then there's no resulting pain and suffering. That's called liberation. From what? Pain and suffering. And on this planet, it's immense. You can look at anybody, any animal, any human, and you can think of any kind of spirit, and you must know, I'm telling you that they're suffering 1,000 times more than you are. And that's your family and friends and pets and the society around you. Whether it's coming in through the tube, through the computer, cell phone, or TV, or whether you're experiencing it directly. This is the absolute truth. And when you get that, you don't have to start crying, you don't have to get all sad and bent out of shape about it. It's just the situation that we bodhisattvas take birth here to alleviate some of that and make life a little more, I use the word fun, but fun is a term I apply to the bodhisattva way of being. And this higher state of intelligence is innate already. We already have it. It's part of our consciousness. And it doesn't have a ceiling, Heaven's not the purpose. Infinite pleasure, infinite light, infinite voidness. That's not the purpose. That's just the mind training reality. Because that's the absolute true nature of our consciousness and everything that we're perceiving with our consciousness. That's refuge. And that is Tara, or any one of the 100 deities, peaceful or protector deities. And we're going to do both tonight. So the preparation for we call the protector Dakini, the fire mother, Tummo in Tibetan, is appropriately activated by doing the peaceful Tara practice. To make it easy, we're going to associate the Tara with the color red. And we're going to associate that as the radiance of our ordinary mind, body, and our elevated or ultimate mind, body, which is our body, speech, and mind of development through this practice. So you start with the Lama in front. The Lama is inseparable from all the refuges, the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, and all the peaceful deities and all the protector deities and Dakini. The protector deities are visualized male and female. Father, mother is a better term. So this is like the family of the shamanistic tradition that we are practicing. With the Lama in front, the transmission starts with 3 colors of light: white, red, blue. And when you start to use these symbols of the color codes of shamanistic Lamaism, we first apply them to the elemental world that we are perceiving and interacting with. And in doing this, we start to energize, because energy is the program of the universe, light and space, our physical mental situation. With what? The elements that our mother created us with: earth, water, fire, air, space. And we present these elements with symbolic codes. Yellow is a 6-sided yellow, earth is a 6-sided yellow cube. The water element is a blue sphere. The fire element, which is what we are stressing tonight, is a 4-sided pyramid with a base, red in color. The air element is a half sphere of green light, like a bowl with the lid. And the space element is just what it is: white sphere. Now, symbolically, these register in the mind to do things physically and mentally to our situation, and that's called the psychic approach. And it is a form of healing, and it is a transmission. So you must know that this transmission came from Kala Rinpoche and the Shankpa Kagyu tradition down through myself, Amarinchen, and myself, this transmission. And it is activated by the 3 lights of the breath. So sit with your back straight, head slightly tilted forward, mouth closed, hands resting on the knees or in the lap, eyes a little bit open. You don't have to be staring. Just relax your gaze to the space and light directly in front of you, not to the tip of the nose and not to an object. Then bring your focus, your awareness to your breath. As you inhale, you visualize the air, which possesses all the 5 elements, entering into your lungs as white light. Then the middle breath spontaneously arises. It's called the absorption breath. You visualize as red light going to every cell in your body. Energy of the elements. Then these 2 are combined together as blue light exhaled out the nose. And that goes everywhere. We say to space, like the sky. Inhale white light, visualize it filling your lungs. The absorption breath is red light flashing through every cell in your body. These two codes are combined as blue light exhaled out the nose as a healing breath to sentient beings who pervade our universe or space. Do that. The purpose of the three lights breathing method is twofold. One, to activate the imaginary visualization process of your mental continuum. And two, to break the distraction of the worldly activities of the day. In other words, bring you into a point of relaxed awareness, a place of peace and tranquility. The Tibetans use the words calm abiding, translated into sunyata, non-judgmental awareness. This becomes the basis for the practice and causes deep healing to take place on all levels of your being through using the five elements. Since we are using the red Tara code tonight, then we're going to visualize the symbol of the four-sided pyramid labeled as radiance, or the element fire, warmth, heat, however you think of that. In this state of peace and tranquility, take your focus, once you've reached that state, off of the three lights breathing. Combine the code of the three lights into a tiny particle and visualize it to center in the middle of your chest, in the middle of your body. Holding that point of energy or light, allow it to simply dissipate, which is what light does, merging with the infinite light throughout the fabric of boundless space. So right away, healing is taking place because your non-judgmental mind is connecting to an infinite universal dimension of your all-pervasive nature, space. Simply contemplate that. By using this as the basis of your practice, together with the state of peace and tranquility, again, focus your view on the particle recreated in your heart center. Visualize it to grow into a small sphere or bubble of clear light. This is the nature of the three-dimensional world we live in, that we are experiencing and thinking about. Then expand that tiny sphere of clear light until it starts to form the four-sided red pyramid labeled fire, and try to keep it to the size of about your thumbnail. Once you can see this symbol labeled fire clearly in your heart mind chakra, then expand it in size until it creates a large room that you can see your physical body sitting inside, like a large tent of this four-sided pyramid made entirely of red light. Keep the focus and the visualization process together and expand this symbol to a size that would enclose, for us, we enclose this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean. For others, the city, town, or a large area of where you are performing this practice. All of that inside this symbol. Expand it in size now till it completely enlarged, big enough to enclose Mother Earth and her atmosphere. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our solar system. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then imagine it to merge with boundless space. In this dimension, no meditation. Again, simply relax into the present and contemplate space. It is timeless and has no beginning, middle, or end, and no center or circumference, no boundary or edges or side. It is all pervasive. Everything exists as this dimension. Then with the power of your visualization and focus, recreate the four-sided pyramid labeled fire to enclose the galaxy, which concentrates the light energy of the universe into this world. Then deliberately concentrate it more by lessening or shrinking this symbol to just enclose the solar system. Then smaller and smaller, just enclosing Mother Earth. Then smaller and smaller to just enclose a large area of where you live. Your neighborhood. Then tinier and tinier, bring all of that energy projection to just enclosing your physical form, sitting inside, just as you are. The full dimension and force of the life force of the universe concentrated into you, your situation. It is similar to the second breath called the absorption breath of red light going to every cell in your body. Then end the practice by again replacing it in its original small size 2 feet in front of your eye. Bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra and reduce it in size to a small sphere of clear light and smaller until it finally again becomes the tiny point of energy similar to an atom in the center of your heart chakra. Be present and allow this to merge with the boundless light of space. Relax. No meditation. Now bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of practice and dedicate the merit to all living beings. Which in Bodhisattva training is how we do all the practice. When we use these color codes, we also apply them to the deity. Peaceful or protector, Dakas or Dakini, male or female. Mother, father, aspects inseparable from the lamas and the mind of the Buddhas. And this association is especially useful and applicable in the Tara. When she is used as a meditation practice, it's not only to bring the elemental healing energy of everything, the outer condition, but also the inner condition of using these codes so that the power of the mental energy of the mind is activated. And this mental energy is what produces all the results throughout our physical body. And it does it because of how we take light and space energy and the sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, hearing, and so forth into our physical being. And it creates secretions which permeate through our body the same way we were thinking of the red lights permeating every cell. And when it's emotionally applied, it's very unhealthy. It's a cause of sickness and disease, aging, and so forth. When we activate the deity, because of the qualities that the deities manifest, simply by their example, which is manifesting in the Lama inseparably, the body, speech, and mind start to merge together. And this is extraordinary because that's not the way human beings work. The ordinary way is the body's doing one thing, the mind's doing something else, and the speech is something else. Not together. Distorted and not in union. So to start with the practice of the deity, the first thing to do is bring the body, speech, and mind together with the transmission of the Lama's body, speech, and mind, which is already that way. And the deity is simply the energy manifestation of that situation into your situation. That's how shamanism works. With the Lama in front, as the gurus see white light from the Lama's head enter your head with the sound Om. And this is the transmission for the body to be the energy support of the deity on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The second is to see red light from the Lama's throat into your throat with the sound Ah. And this is to activate all the energy channels within the body called nadis, which there are 84,000, to come out in your voice, especially with the use of mantra and prayer and practice, advice, and so forth. The third transmission is to see blue light from the Lama's heart chakra into your heart chakra. This is the wisdom transition. So you have the knowledge of what this is and how to use it. By how it appears and how it vibrates and how it is useful. Then you see all three lights shining simultaneously, and the Lama in front, when you can see that, merges into you. The outer guru, the world, enters into your inner guru, your awareness. Then you see the three lights in the three places within your body, with the Om in the head in white light, sphere, the Ah in the throat, red light, and the Hung in the heart chakra, dark blue. Then bring the Om down into the Ah, down the central channel of your life force. Then these two merge in the throat chakra, then together down into the blue Hung in the heart chakra. Now you have body, speech, and mind all together. Then the awareness factor of your consciousness starts to transform into its true nature. That's the deity. You are Tara. She creates her energy field, her mandala, with the sound Tam, T-A-M. This sound is the vibration of all five elements in one sound. Ram, Lam, Yam, Vam, and Mam. Earth, water, fire, air, and space. All into Tam. It's green in color. Looks like a letter 5 with a dot over it. And it's surrounded by whatever mantra is used in the practice of Tara, whether she be peaceful or Dakini, protector. So we're going to start with that mantra as the green Tara, then change to the red Tara in preparation for the Fire Mother practice of Pema, we say Pema Kondo practice for the Tummo. Light goes out from the Tam to all sentient beings, starting with your mother in front as Tara, facing you life side, then all your relatives, friends, lovers, pets, everybody you have karma with, especially this life, even adversaries, enemies, and so forth. Then all the humans on the planet today, 8 billion, then all the animals in the ocean and the land, uncountable, as Tara, then all the infinite spirits that pervade the universe of space. Creating this mandala to fill your mind produces the heart mantra of the vibration of the compassion, power, insight, and loving kindness to extend everywhere. Sound the mantra, be Tara, and everyone in your mandala is Tara. Energy from the Tam and the mantra fill and clear all the nadis, light channels in your body. Om Tara Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 So after saying this mantra 21 or more times, then you move into the energy field of the red Tara to prepare for the practice of Tummo. You say it at least 21 or one round of your mala, 108 times. So now you're a red Tara. The tom is overlaid with the seed syllable Ram, sound of fire. It's added to the mantra, and then all the deities filling your mind throughout space, animals, humans, spirits, infinite in number, are red Tara. Then the mantra sound Ram, and the whole mandala pervades your body with the energy of all the elements, specifically warmth or fire. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. So all the Taras in your mandala, infinite in number, all sentient beings are red Tara. The mantra circles the Ram Tam in your heart center. The letters face inward and they move counterclockwise. They and the seed syllables fill your body with radiant light energy, and then it escapes outward to everyone in your energy field, everyone in space. And all the Taras in your mandala are doing exactly the same thing you are. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram So Ha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Soha. 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 Ram Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Soha. And all sentient beings in your mandala, creating this energy field of the red Tara, all merge into you. You as a central symbol of compassion, power, and insight, inseparable from the Lama, disappear into the seed-soluble Ram in your heart center. Together with all of the mantric sounds, each one into the Ram. Then all the vibration healing energy of this is expanded outward as five-colored light to space. And we rest in that dimension of our being, the all-pervasive nature, the Dharmakaya, the Dharma vehicle of wisdom, pervading space as the mind of all sentient beings, completely liberated and free of the habit of judgment. In this dimension of your being, your Buddha nature, be present and contemplate space as a dimension of non-judgmental mind. In all of our waking, sleeping, dying, and bardo states of our existence, this state of awareness pervades, continually expressing itself in countless ways through the activity of our body, speech, and mind. Contemplate that. And with this as the foundation, we arise as the Bodhisattva Mother, Palden Lamo. We say Pema Khandro, the red Tara, standing on a male and female human forms, on a 108 petal lotus, on a sun and moon disk surrounded by flame, with the staff across her right shoulder, drinking from a skull cup of bliss, wisdom, nature, and the right hand holding the trigu pointed down towards the figures under each foot. And in the sky above her, the all-pervasive nature of your mind represented by the Buddha Amitabha of infinite light, the energy program of the entire universe as the mother principle of wisdom, compassion, power, loving kindness, and all the good qualities of the Bodhisattva. You see yourself as this wisdom dakini, red in color, in this way. Visualize yourself. The energy of it is spontaneously flooding all the 6 realms, the 4 spirit worlds, and wherever animals and humans take birth. All of their conflicting emotions and obstacles to this path of higher awareness are transformed into this practice of the Tummo, the fire mother, so you see yourself as her. The energy of it is the flaming dome of fire around you, which pervades the universe like a supernova all around. All the beings, sentient beings, are your family. And the heart mantra arises Om Tara Tu Tare Ram Hri Soha. We say that 21 times, and then we'll do the protector mantra 21 times. And this is with Amitabha Buddha above your head. Om Chara Chitare Churi Ram Hri Soha. 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 Chitare Churi Chitare Churi Ram Hri Soha. Chitare Churi Ram Hri Soha. Then the standing Tara call is Tummo, Fire Mother, Pema Chondro. Om Tara Chitare Churi Ram Hri Soha. Om Pema Dakin Ram Hri Pe. 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 Now you are this visualization in its completeness, and that energy pervades all the six emotional realms of existence, and all sentient beings are liberated. Om Pema Kanda Ram Hri Pe. Om Pema Kanda Ram Hri Pe. Om Pema Kanda Ram Hri Pe. Om Pema Dakin 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 Ram Hri Pe. Now we start the Tummo practice. They have the healing energy of warmth, fire energy pervade all the nadis of our body. The central channel with the 5 chakra energy centers activated. And then from each of these energy centers outward, from both the effect chakra and the heart chakra, to all 84,000 channels activated through our body. The C syllable Ram and Hri overlapping in the heart center. Then the hands are placed on the knees, fingers extended or curved over the knee. Here the red Pema Chondro. And with the 3 sounds, Om, On, Hum, you visualize a red sphere, 4 finger tips below the navel, between the power chakra and the sex chakra. This has a red ball of energy, and there are 3 of them, one with Om, one with Ah, and one with Hum. So we're purifying the lower energy center of our body by rotating it 3 times clockwise and then 3 times counterclockwise. And you see these 3 move around. And then first we start with 3 clearing breaths. Use the fingers to enforce the energy. When you inhale, the fingers close around the thumb. When you exhale, exhale harshly and extend the fingers. Let the palms rest on the outer part of your knees. Inhale, first healing breath, Om. Exhale. Next healing breath, Ah. Exhale. Third clearing breath, Hum. Inhale. Then inhale, wrap the fingers around the thumbs, visualize the 3 balls, one marked with Om, Ah, and Hum, each one on fire, about the size of a small grape. See these rolling around in a bowl as the bottom part of your torso. Inhale. Extend the abdomen forward, then to the right, then back, and to the left, then forward. Do that 3 times and visualize these circulating, rolling around inside. 3 times. Then now 3 times to the left, and think the first rotation is Om, the second one Ah, and the third one Hum. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale. Then they disappear into a tiny ball at the bottom of the central channel of your life force. And we'll start the visualization of the Tummo practice. When you inhale, you extend the abdomen to create a bowl. You hold the breath, fingers around the thumbs, and send that small, tiny sphere up the central channel and merge it with a white sphere at the top of the back of the head. Then bring it down as colored drop, 5 colored drops to fill flood each channel. Chakra channel in the central channel, and they disappear as the drops come down. When it gets to the bottom, it reforms as a red drop and starts up again. Inhale. Extend the abdomen, make the pot. Visualize the red dot up the central channel. Navel, heart, throat, head, merges with the white sphere at the top. The 5 colored drops into the head, throat, heart, navel, sex chakra. Exhale. Inhale again. Elevate the Tummo dot up. Navel, heart, throat, head, merge. 5 colored white drops down from the white sphere. And it gets to the bottom, exhale. One more time, inhale. Elevate. Then rest. Now we're going to do this ascending and descending. The red dot up through the chakras, then the 5 drops, colored drops coming from the white moon into each chakra, dissolving them into voidness and reforming at the bottom and starting up again. Do this up-down visualization as many times for as long as you can hold your breath. Inhale, create the pot. Start the Tummo process. All this time, you're Pema Chondro. Your energy pervades all the 6 realms of the universe. Again, do the Tummo breathing. And the red dot up merges with the white palm, white sphere at the top of the head towards the back. The 5 colored drops descend. Everything becomes empty till it reaches the bottom. Then fills with light going up, creates voidness as it descends. Hold your breath, inhale. If you can, take small, short breaths through the nose while holding the breath. Also, tongue pointed back towards the throat. And if you remember, sphincter muscle, squeeze, tight. Inhale. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale. One more time. Then rest. Bring the consciousness to the heart chakra. Rest in the heart center of the Ram and the Shri. And the Lotus Buddha Amitabha. This is all the Lotus family. And from the Ram and the Shri, again create the mandala of Pema Chondro. Lotus Dakini. Red in color with the knife and skull cup, staff, standing on male and female forms on 108 petal lotus in space. This time do the Tummo breath 3 times with no visualization. As the sphere goes up the central channel, everything becomes light. The radiance of the universe, your mind. When it descends, everything empty, voidness. Do that 3 times with 3 breaths. First breath, inhale. Up to the white sphere and down. Up, filled with light, down, empty. Next breath, same way. Ram to Ham. Ham is the white sphere. The all-pervading nature of energy. Then downward, empty. Recreate the sphere and go up. Do that as many times as you can with 1 breath. One more time. Inhale. Then contract the mandala into the mantra in your heart. Om Pema Kandra Ram Repay into the Shri, into the D, Amitabha's heart center. Contract everything to a tiny point of blazing energy similar to an atom. And relax in space. Simply be present and aware. When you emerge from the accomplishment stage of this practice, you are the Dakini with the Buddha Amitabha above your head, red in color. He's holding a bowl of wisdom. And you visualize yourself with 4 Dakinis, each one a different color, in the 4 intermediate directions from you. So a blue one, a green one, a white one, and a yellow one, and you're the red one in the middle. Then from the bowl of Amitabha above your head, when you say the mantra, you visualize it overflowing into the base of held by each of these four dakini. One represents the earth, the water, the air, and the space. Then from their vases, it overflows into the Uma channel at the top of your head and fills your body with wisdom nectar. This is a long life practice. You perform this by visualizing the way I just said with the mantra Om Amitabha Deva Hari. 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 Then what you're experiencing, this bliss nectar, pervades all 6 realms, the 4 spirit worlds, and the 2 where animals and humans take birth on planet. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. 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 Then you can visualize it goes from your heart center to anyone you think it would be of benefit to, alive or deceased. Anyone you have karma with, family member, friends, lover, your choice. And at the same time, it goes to all sentient beings throughout space. But these ones you are individually directing, they receive it first, then to all sentient beings. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. It's called the heart elixir or nectar. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. 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 Deva Hari. Then the 4 dakinis disappear into you. Amitabha merges into you, into your heart center. You dissolve into the Shri in Amitabha's heart center, together with the mantra Om Amitabha Deva Shri. And all that vibration becomes the infinite light of boundless space, your natural mind of bliss. Relax in the present state of Mahamudra. Then you arise as your yidam practice, your main yidam practice. Tara, Chenre, Z, Mahakala, Vajrakandra, Bhimakandra, whoever. Then dedicate the merit of this to all sentient beings. And on this planet to remove all war, famine, disease, poverty, environmental destruction, and the spread of toxins, and all defective social practices. Kewa di nudu da, chagya champu jugir ne, jowa chingking malu pa, deyi sala goparsho, sanjay kusum nempai jimla don, choni maker nempai jimla don, kendu miche jumpai jimla ki, chitar gongwa monlam jupar sho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish all beings without a single exception in that state. By the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha being unwavering, may this and all dedication, aspiration, and Tashi prayers be accomplished. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in bliss through our practice, and become emotionally stable, free of the obstacles of attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, stupidity, fear, anxiety, and depression. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. May everyone be happy and well. Aloha, Tashi Delay, and Duchi Che. Thank you very much for a nice evening.